I'm here with Richard, who is one of the caseworkers at the center here working with FEMA. Richard, tell me and give me an idea of what you would do as a client comes through the center here today.
Okay, well, first of all of our clients have individual cases, and what we can do for them, if they haven't registered, then we immediately put them onto our phone bank and have them make an initial registration. Then we have them sit down with an applicant service person, and we look their case up and make sure that their information is correctly inputted into the file. And then we try to look at the particulars of their situation, and we want to make sure they're available to all the services that we have. So we give them an overview of our programs, and we also help them to understand what mitigation does, what the SBA loan program does. We have legal services here, housing assistance, public health. So we want to make sure that they're aware of all the different services that the state, the federal government, and the county provide. So that's what we try to do, is sort that out and help get them the information that they need to move on with their recovery.
We can provide rental assistance because we have information for the client who needs rental assistance. So it depends on what the client needs in terms of what we provide them, but we try to provide them comprehensive housing information and referrals.
We're here, and you can come down and we'll give you information on the special cleanup that we're offering for the water damaged items if it's at your home. And we also have paperwork that'll tell you where the roads are closed, and you can also visit our website for more information.
Mitigation is an action taken to help people get through this disaster, to help them to get things in order so that they can relieve some of the stress. And right now, because of the flooding here in Douglasville, we put a lot of emphasis on mold and mildew, because mold and mildew can
set in and grow fast. Get it done.
Yes, and it also, if you don't wear gloves, if you don't wear a mask when cleaning up, you can get sick. You can get a reaction to the mold and mildew.
Our services mainly provides that the taxpayers, due to the storms and the floods, may qualify for tax relief from the IRS and the Georgia Department of Revenue. And basically what we do, we have the taxpayers contact the IRS for the flood victims and have them fill out certain forms, and if they need help, I know it could be very tedious, intimidating, and so they have plenty of help that they can contact for a number that they have. In fact, this is one of the booklets that they have, this for the businesses, and also the number in here for the individuals as well that they can contact for the phone number. Once they fill out the form for the IRS, then they transfer the information to the Georgia Department of Revenue Form 500. Also, by me being the agent for Douglasville, and they can call me at 770-732-5845. That's my direct phone number, and I'll be glad to assist them in filling out the Georgia Department of Revenue forms for the state.
Try to coordinate some of the volunteer groups that come in that are offering assistance. We have numbers for people to call that may not be able to have carpet pulled from their home on their own. We have, a variety of different faith-based and volunteer organizations that are going out into our community and helping those, and I try to get them information on areas they can go help our citizens. Some disasters, you have just a short-term recovery, and the event's over and everybody goes back to their normal life. This is going to be a long-term recovery. There are people in our community that are going to have needs for a long time, and that's what I've been encouraging some of the individuals and groups that have called to help folks. Remember that we have a lot of help right now, but there are people in our community that will need help for months up to years. They've lost their homes, they've lost everything in their homes. And this is not a few week event for them. This is a life-changing event. And we want to make sure that we can put those folks in touch with the right people and get whatever assistance we can to those individuals that need it.
Well, we want to make sure that people understand the importance of the Small Business Administration, the SBA disaster loan, and how that plays into and how it factors into personal recovery. It's very important for people to take 2 steps if they want to put themselves in a position to receive the maximum amount of federal aid. And the first step, of course, is to register with FEMA. The second step, however, people aren't as familiar with, and that is to apply for the SBA disaster loan. And we need to really impress upon people that there's two important reasons why they need to apply for the SBA loan. Number one, when they apply, they have the power to choose whether or not to use that loan. So again, if once they've applied and they've been approved, it's their decision. They could use the loan or not use the loan. Gives them an option to build back that could be very valuable to them, but if they choose not to use that option, that's okay. The second thing is that if we are unable to approve someone for a loan, then that person's automatically referred back to FEMA, where they could potentially get some additional grant assistance that they wouldn't have received otherwise. And so we don't want people to lose out on grant assistance because they failed to return the SBA application.